Here we go. Okay. All right. We are now live. We're alive in the YouTube world.
Wow.
Okay. Well, we'll wait a minute for some people to come on.
Yep.
Uh, Okay. All right. Hopefully they got the notifications. I just got off, so it's funny. The notifications. I just got off, so. Oh, there I am. That's funny. All right. Well, I'll just go ahead and start, and people trickle in and stuff. I want to welcome everybody to tonight's live. Um, just got off Loren's show. Had a great show on #BlackWoman. Awesome show tonight. Um, Tonight I'm going to talk about interracial relationships, and I'm also as we go through, I'm going to leave it open to any questions you might have. And you know, I've been in interracial relationships, in an interracial relationship. Uh, I'm married to a black woman. Been married for over 27 years, and my friend Mark here, he lives in the UK, and he also is in an interracial relationship. And I brought him over here to kind of get his aspect on it, get a little bit of information what it's like to be in an interracial relationship over in the UK as opposed to what it's like here in the United States, and we talk a little bit about that. And like I said, as we go through, if you guys have questions, you can ask in the chat, or we can drop the link and you can actually come on and ask yourself. And you can ask Mark here, or you could ask me if you have a question. And I'm going to leave it open for that. So everybody's welcome to come in and, join us in our live stream. Right now, I'll turn it over to Mark and let him tell a little bit about himself. And so you kind of get to know him and stuff. And
Yeah. Hi, Brent. Thanks for having me on the show. Obviously, this is my third time with you. As I say, I'm Mark. I'm 53 years old. I currently live in the UK, just about 10, 15 kilometres outside London. I'm in an interracial relationship. I've come out of a divorce 2 years ago after being married to a black woman for 27 years. I will go into that into more detail, probably into another show. But I've got three beautiful mixed race daughters, aged 27, 19, and 8 years old.
oh, nice. Yeah, and so you, how many years were you married again? Sorry, Mark.
27 years.
Oh, 27. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I just passed my 27-year mark. So, yeah, me and you we know about the interracial marriage thing.
Exactly.
And I also have three interracial kids. I got two daughters and a son. Um, my oldest daughter, she's married. Her husband's in the Air Force, and
Mm.
I got one granddaughter and one on the way. My son, he's currently serving in the United States Army at Fort Bragg in the 82nd Airborne. So I give my son a shout out. And my youngest daughter is going to college at the University of New Mexico.
Wow.
And, me and my wife, we got married back in 1994.
Yeah, same here.
May 19th, 1994 was the exact date. And
Yeah.
it's been a blessing the whole way. And, those of you that watch my channel, I talk about that a lot, and I
Mm.
like talking about interracial relationships. I talk about interracial marriage, and I like to share the blessings I have. And you know, like me and Mark, we're two white men. We prefer black women. That's our preference. And he's been married, and you got a fiance. Is that right?
Yep.
Uh, yeah, fiance, and a black woman. And there's a lot of white men like us out there, whether it's in the United States, in the UK, across Europe. Uh, you know, there's a lot of men that are opening up their options and dating out. You know, black women. A lot of us, that's our preference, and it's growing and growing. And black women, as beautiful and as amazing as they are, it it just makes perfect sense. And you know, I we're going to talk a little bit about this, but I want to open it up to questions too. If you guys have a question about from me or Mark, when it comes to interracial relationships, we're pretty experienced. Like I said, he was married 27 years. I'm over 27 years. Um, and we have biracial children. So we've lived the interracial marriage life. So we're experienced. When it comes to that, you know, we've lived it. So we're not just telling you what our preference is. We've actually lived the life.
Mm.
And that's many years to be married. So um, we'd like to share that with you guys. And Corey, welcome to the show, brother. Good to see you. Humble Brat Vortex, good to see you again.
Welcome,
Sophia, good
guys.
to see you. Want to welcome everybody. And, you know, uh, Mark's been on a few times and real interesting guy, real nice guy. He writes poetry and stuff. So he's smooth with the words. So he could probably make the ladies' hearts melt. And I'm not that way. I'll stutter and fumble and sound crazy. But uh, anyway, though, um, so you know, we'll just have a back and forth, have fun, and if you guys want to join in, you got a question. If you got a question, make sure it's in caps so I catch it. I'm old, blind, and I might miss it. So put it in caps, please. I'm also going to put the link. So I'm going to give you guys the option if you want to come up and ask questions. You also can do that. So I'll give you that option too, because sometimes, you know, it's nice to just ask somebody, person to person or through the internet. Okay. So the link is up there. So I'll let you on to ask questions. Um, if I don't let you on, it's because I don't recognize you and I don't want to get no troll traffic. Um, but most of you that come on, I'll recognize you. So
Brent,
anyway,
I've got a bit of a fun question for you. Obviously,
okay.
you and Sandy have been married 27 years. If a Hollywood
Yes.
director knocks on your door, said they want to make a film about your marriage, who would you like to play you, and who would you like to be played by Sandy?
Okay. I would say, okay. I got to think about this. Okay. Uh, let's see. Who would be hmm. That would be a good answer for you guys to answer too. Who would you have play me and Sandy if they did a life story?
I know who I'd want for myself and my partner.
Oh yeah.
I'd be Gerald Butler for myself,
Who?
and Gabriel Union, Gerard Butler.
General Butler? I don't know
Yeah,
who that is. Gabrielle Union, I know who that
yeah,
is.
yeah.
Uh I would say maybe that actor that plays Superman, I don't know his name for me. And Sandy, let's see, who could play Sandy? Um Let's see. I'm trying to think because there's so many beautiful black women.
I know.
I don't know. Uh I don't know. Maybe hmm, I don't know. That's a hard one. maybe Angela Bassett in her younger years. I mean, that's a beautiful woman, even though she's her age. She still looks beautiful.
Yeah, no.
Um, I don't know. That's a hard one.
Mm.
Um, and guys, I don't know, guys. I don't know who. I don't know. That's a tough one. Kind of stumped me. I'm like, who would play my life? And my life's kind of boring. It probably wouldn't sell tickets because you would see me get up in the morning, tell my wife I love her, go to
Yeah.
work, come home, eat dinner with her,
Mm.
uh, maybe go see a movie or something. And then
Yeah.
just there ain't
Well,
no drama in there.
yeah. No, I was thinking though, probably basically, how they did with the loving story.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, our story would be a good story, but I don't know
Mm.
if it'd be entertaining what people want to see because there wouldn't
Mm.
be Viola Davis. Maybe is that what you? Oh, for my wife. Yeah, that could be. Who would play the man though? Viola Davis is a good actress. Yeah, that
Mm.
would. Um, Angela Bassett is awesome. I love Angela Bassett. That woman's beautiful. And no, not Oprah Winfrey. Heck no. Who said that? No. I'm scratching that. Nothing against Oprah, but no, my wife. She ain't playing my wife. Sorry. uh, yeah. Uh, who? Yeah. But anyway, yeah, that's a fun question though. But speaking about interracial relationships, Mark, I just have a question. I'll tell you a little bit about my story. When you introduced
Mm.
your wife to your family and stuff,
Mm.
and you guys, decided to get married and stuff, how did your
Mm.
family take that? Were they okay with it, or were there some that might have had issues?
There was some
Uh,
negativity. I will be honest with you. When I actually met my wife through a dating agency, and I said to my parents at the time, "How would you feel if I brought a black girl home?" And they said, "Oh, we'll be fine with it," not realizing that I was dating this girl for 3 4 weeks, and then I brought her home, and you could cut the apple with a knife.
oh, okay. So they're probably like saying it, yeah, and I wouldn't have a problem. But when it
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
happened, they're like,
exactly,
maybe they didn't,
exactly.
maybe they didn't believe you were going to actually do
Yeah,
it. Maybe they
yeah,
just thought you were
exactly.
going to ask.
Mm.
George Clooney could play myself. Okay, all right. Okay. Yeah, I see George Clooney. Okay, I'll go with that.
Brilliant. So getting back to the question you asked me,
Yeah.
it got to a point where I disowned my family for 3 years because of the racism I was facing.
Oh, really? Wow.
Mm.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah,
Um. For me.
but
Okay, go ahead.
yeah, but obviously now with my fiance and that, everything's fine.
Okay. So they're used to it. I
Mm.
noticed like people I talk to that are in interracial marriages and stuff
Mm.
will tell me sometimes that in the beginning it was rough, but sometimes families just end up accepting it, and
Mm.
later on they're okay with it. Um, and maybe they're not okay with it. Maybe they just figure there's nothing they can do, and they just accept it for what it
Mm.
is in their mind. I'll tell you my experience. Well, when I got married, my family didn't oppose it. I didn't really have no issues. My grandmother, had she had made a statement on how dark my wife
Mm.
was, which upset me saying that. She couldn't
Mm.
understand why I was upset because she was pointing out facts, but um, I don't know. I just felt it was part of colorism, and
Mm.
I've had black friends that when I was getting married actually were making fun of me because my wife was dark, and I just couldn't understand that. That just, um, but that's about the only thing I really dealt with. With my parents, um, they knew I was going to marry a black woman. There wasn't no, there wasn't no surprise. In fact, and I've said this: if I would have brought home a white woman, they would have freaked out because with me, they wouldn't have expected it because just how I am. They knew what my wife was going to look like back before I was dating. So I didn't really have that issue. Now, certain people in my family, my maybe cousins or stuff might have had an issue, but for the most part, there wasn't really no problems. And my wife's family was awesome. So, and me and my family are from the same town and stuff. We grew up in the same place. Um, we're from the same area, so it's like I married a local girl from where I live. I mean, she's black and I'm white, but we pretty much grew up in the same economic level. Both our parents are, working class people, middle class. My dad was a fireman and paramedic. Uh, my wife's father was retired Army, and he worked for the post office years after that. Um, so economically, we were on the same level. Um, we grew up kind of like the same culture. I mean, even though we're different racial groups, we grew up in the same area. We pretty much, grew up around the same places, eating the same type of foods and stuff. So um, it just came together nicely. I was the only white guy my wife ever dated. And, that, she was kind of the opposite of me, but we came together, got married, and we have a beautiful marriage, 3 beautiful kids, 2 daughters and a son, and two granddaughters. So I mean, so the family's growing. We're middle aged right now, but some people say, "Wow, you're like one of the what do they call trailblazers in what we do." And Mark, we're up there. We've done the interracial thing. We lived it. We have that life experience. And I'm in the United States. I'm in New Mexico. I'm in the southwestern part of the United States. Mark is from the UK, and I think you live in London,
I
right?
live just outside. Just live just outside London, about
Okay,
15. I think about 15 to 20 kilometers outside.
Oh, okay. So I mean, we're two white guys, but we live in different countries, but a lot of our experiences are kind of similar. And I just thought I'd bring them on, and if you guys have any questions, feel free to answer. And the link's up there if you want to come up and ask also. Um, I must have missed that email. Oh, okay. I'm reading some side conversation. Um, but my family really didn't have an issue with it, and they already knew me. My mom and dad already knew where I was going with it, and they never had a problem with it. They just and the friends I was around didn't have a problem. They thought I was kind of strange, I guess, because I just like black women and that's what I wanted. Um, I don't know. I kind of went out of my way for that. Uh, but that was the only thing. I never really caught no flack when it comes to family and friends. The worst experiences I had was like in the army, moving around to different places. People, different areas have different aspects on life and stuff. But oh well, so what? My thing is, if someone's got a problem with my relationship, it's their problem, not mine. And me and my wife love each other more than we love problems. So best
I think
dating
one of what
site is ideal. Go ahead,
I think
Mark.
one of the worst experience I had. I was at work one day and someone left a message on my desk. They knew I was in an interracial marriage, but they hate me. They hate black people, and if we have a baby, then I'll burn it.
What? They said they burn it.
Yeah, they said they burn it. So if we had a child, they'd burn it.
Who said that?
That was one or two of my former work colleagues. This was years and years ago when I first started dating my ex-wife.
Wow, they said that to you? Was it like?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's messed up.
Yeah.
What'd you tell them? That's crazy. Why anybody would say something like that? That's just
because they were racist assholes.
Yeah. Well, there's still people like that. Times have changed. I know through the years, I noticed that less and less flack would come of it. You know, I think back in the day, people were more vocal against it than they are now. They might not like it, but they don't say nothing. Where, back in the day, they would tell you they didn't like it. And then as time goes by, they got less and less of, but like I said, if you love each other more than those problems, it'll work.
Exactly.
And that's what you got to do is put your wife first and take care of your family. And people like that just got hate in their hearts. They're probably not happy, and they probably seen, with your wife and being happy, and it probably just tore them up. They just couldn't. I don't know. People
are people, aren't they?
Yeah, people are just idiots. They just really are. But we do what we need to do, and we live our lives. And I've started talking about this new term, Mark, and it's I call it investment, the investor. Okay, and what that is, you heard of different terms like swirling, you heard divestment, different terms. Well, I thought of this term, and it makes sense, is men like us, we go into different communities that prefer black women, and that's who we want to be with. That's who we want to marry. That's who we want to be our wives. And that term I would call an investor, because you're not just dating, you're not just having a short-term relationship. You're actually choosing that woman to be your wife. You're investing. And it makes sense because you're putting all you have into that woman. You're putting your your love, your respect, your
your heart and soul,
yeah, your heart and soul, everything into that. And you want her to be a part of your life. You want to come together as one with that woman. And so you're investing. You're putting your heart and soul into it, your love, your admiration, everything. And then also, when you do that, she becomes your wife. You're also putting your resources, the fruits of your labor. You're making sure she's provided for you. She has a roof over her head. You're making sure there's food. You're making sure she's taken care of. That's where your energy is. That's where your resources is. That's where your heart is. That's where your love is. So that makes you the investor. Okay. And I've been making videos talking about that. I'm trying to put that out there, see if it'll catch traction, because that's actually what we are. We're investors. And I just thought I'd just put that out there. But
no, that's a brilliant analogy of how to describe the relationship.
Yeah, because it is an investment. You're not just, when we think of investments, we think of it as like money. We think of it like, you put some money or something into a stock or into an investment. it could be mutual funds, stocks, it could be annuities, it could be all kinds of stuff, right? And you put money into it because later on you want a return. You want to increase your wealth, right? Well, when with the investor, you're investing in this woman, you're investing in the black woman for the returns. And with black women, if you study statistics, you'll find that a lot of them have awesome qualities. And I would say because of the qualities they have, it led to them being my preference. So my investment went to them. I'm kind of it's kind of like going out of your community, but I mean, black women can live in your community too. I got
Yeah.
black people in my community. It don't necessarily mean I'm leaving the community. I'm just investing. And yes, it's a wise investment. It is. Black women, I mean, look at my wife. I mean, I've been married so many years and it's worked. And marriages with black women and white men are doing well. They're doing very well. And you get and of course you got to vet because you want your investment to go right. But black women are the best investment, uh, statistically. And I've looked at numbers and stuff, and I've dealt with experiences in my life, dating, and then my wife. And when people try to debunk it, I like to just let them know how long I've been married, and they're kind of,
Kind of shut
but
up, yeah.
yeah,
But getting back to what we said about investments, also
okay.
like my ex-wife, also she was originally from West Africa, but I think getting to know the culture, getting to know the food, and everything like that, you're investing in her as well as the culture, and I find it gets a deeper, more relationship. You can know her and where she's from, and also her background as well. So you get educated as well. I think.
Yeah, and that's a good point. And you get to know her culture, and this is what I tell people about cultures. Embrace it. You got different cultures.
Mm,
Embrace that. You might
mm,
enjoy the culture. You might enjoy what they do. You might enjoy some of the food they eat.
mm.
Embrace it. There ain't one culture better than the other. I mean, my brother was telling me, he was like, man, you and Sandy, you guys do your own thing. It's like you have your own culture. You guys are doing stuff. You're not going by one group or the other. He says, that's amazing. That's awesome. And it's because we embrace it. We don't have to, I don't have to try to force my culture on her and hers on mine. And
No,
why? Just, yeah, I mean, we do what we want to do. We live our life. It's our family. What our culture is, we can choose it. We can change it. We can build it. It it's
yeah,
it's ours.
mm,
It's our special piece of life. It's our heaven. It's our
mm,
paradise. So embrace that. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
yeah,
I think also I felt also a bit dating a black woman. I could not date a black woman and not learn to know about her background, where she come from, like her heritage, say her culture and things like that. I think it's so important because it's like you go into a relationship with someone of different race and ethnicity, and if you come across racism, for example, you need to understand why she's facing that, and you need to face it head on with her.
oh, most definitely, yes. Yeah, well, whatever
Yeah,
your wife's problems are, whatever
yeah,
she's going through, guess what? You're going through it with her because
exactly.
you're her husband. Yes.
Yeah,
That is a good point. And if she's facing racism, guess what? You're facing it too. And you
yeah,
have to take it head on because you're the protector. You're the husband.
mm,
Yes, most definitely. That that is so true. And and she needs to have your side too if you're dealing with
mm,
it on
mm,
your side also. Because you guys, when it says you come together as one, you need to live as your one. You need to live as husband and wife.
exactly.
And and I think you know, a lot of that stuff actually helps interracial couples come together because if you got two people uh living for each other and doing the right thing. I don't know why I got that glare. Okay. You see the other person standing up for you and
Mm,
showing that they love you more than what society's throwing at them. That brings you together. That builds your love. That
mm,
that creates something that bonds you together. I know I've seen it in my wife what she went through, and I just it just I hate that she has to go through, but it
mm.
binds us together. And what I've gone through, it she sees that and she just loves me more for it because she sees
Don't you
the
find it makes you?
true
Don't you
love.
find it? Yeah. Don't you find it makes you stronger as well as a couple?
Yeah, because if you do have some, adversity and some issues, it does bring
Mm,
you closer together because you see one another fighting for each other,
mm,
and that means a lot. It really does. It's like you're in the fight together. It's us against the world. We're going to make it work. It's we don't care what they think. We're living our lives, and we love each other more than any problems you can ever bring towards us. you know and that's why I think interracial marriages that last, I think a lot of them last because of that, because the people put each other first. you know
mm.
Love will conquer any problem you have. Love will conquer
Definitely,
any societal crap that's thrown your way.
definitely.
Love will conquer what anybody thinks of your relationship. you know because when you love someone that much, the problems are
Disappear.
gone. That's their
Mm,
problems.
mm,
That's not You know, that's not our problem, it's their
mm.
problem.
Don't you find it, Brent, that the more people try and pull you apart, the deeper and deeper and closer you get together?
Yeah, it does. It does. It brings you closer together. Now, if one of the people are, maybe weak-minded when it comes to that, it could
Mm,
tear it apart. And that's why I say if you're getting in an interracial relationship, you need to make sure you love that person more than anything that can be thrown your
yeah,
way. You got to be
definitely.
all in. This ain't just, hey, let's get together and see how it works.
Mm,
No, it's all in. You got to be in to
mm,
go the distance.
mm.
To make it work, to stand up to anyone or any issues that come your way, and you know, and if you can do that, you'll be successful and it'll work. But if that bothers you, what people think or society or getting out of that comfort zone of interracially dating or marriage, you don't need to
Then
do
it's
it if
not for
you're
you,
not
is it?
strong.
No,
Say again?
then it's not for you. Then it's not for you, is it?
There's not what?
No, I said what you said just now. If you can't handle being in an interracial relationship, then it's not for you.
Yeah, exactly. Most definitely, because it why would you jump into it? Because if it bothers you to where you can't function,
Mm,
why are you going to hurt that other person? Because actually you're wasting their time and you're wasting your time, because that person might really love you and want to build a life with you. So you wouldn't want to lead them on because it could be hurtful. It could be horrible.
mm.
Um, so if there's a problem, you shouldn't even attempt it anyway. Um, but if you love that person, go for it. You shouldn't, let race stop you or anybody's opinion. I mean, if you love that person, you love that person. Your race don't determine who you love. It's what's in your
Mm,
heart. You know.
exactly.
So, but
It's like sorry, but it's like when we were having children before my ex-wife got pregnant. People were saying to us, "Oh, mixed race children are screwed up because they don't know what side are, whether they're defined as black or defined as white."
yeah, I hear that. I've heard that all the time. I've heard that many times. People will use that. People that are against interracial
Mm,
relationship, they'll say, okay, interracial marriage, you're going to mess up your kids because they don't know who to identify with.
mm,
They don't know which group to go with. Yeah, I've heard it. You know what? Here's the thing. Your kids will have that problem if you teach them to have that problem. And what I'm saying
Exactly.
is, when me and my wife raised our kids, we didn't tell them they had to identify with nobody. Okay. What we told them is they're special for who they are. They got the best of both worlds, and you're no less than anybody, and you're no
Yeah.
better than anybody. You're people. Okay. And embrace who you are. All of us as people, embrace who you are. Don't be ashamed of who you are, and be the best person you are. That's what we all should do, right? Interracial kids are the same way. People that are interracial, they need to embrace who they are. And my thing is it's not a bad thing to be biracial by no means. Why do we got to tell them they got to identify with something? If they want to identify with black, they can, or white. I don't care. It's up to them. They are both, so they should be able to go wherever they want. I don't buy off in this stuff that if they're half white, they can't identify as white. Why not? That's part of who they are.
Exactly.
They can identify with who they want to. But my thing is embrace who they are. Embrace. Whether you're black, white, biracial, or whatever. We're people. And people should be treated with love and respect. And if you teach your kids that way, they're not going to grow up with that identity crisis. So if you don't want them to have an identity crisis, don't teach them to have one.
Exactly. No, so good. We brought our kids up learning both cultures, knowing that they are, although mum's black, dad's white, you are both loved, cherished, and you're equal in God's eyes.
Yes. And most definitely. And look, what this biracial thing, if you believe in the Bible and you believe it to be true, we're all one race. You know what?
Exactly.
We all came from Adam and Eve. We're all sons of Noah. Okay. Noah had 3 sons. Guess what? We're all descendants of one of the 3 sons, but the 3 sons had the same mom and dad. So guess what? You're the same race. Yeah, you're darker complected than the other people, or you're lighter complected. You got different features. I get it. But we're human. Okay. And we pass down those genetic traits to our children. But we're people. We came from the same place. We're the same race, guys.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's many different nations, but we came from the same place. We're all human. So I'm sorry. I don't want. I'm starting to get off.
No, that's fine. That's fine. No, that's fine. But what I find like these some of these like racist white women, they hate black people, yet they want to use fake tan to darken their skin.
Yeah, well, that's one of those things that I don't know. People just, that's what I say. Embrace yourself. Mark, we're light complected people, right? Why are we going to go outside and bake in the sun to make ourselves darker? To me, that seems that it's not good for your skin. Number one, it can damage it. There's this thing they call skin cancer that we're more susceptible than other people because of our lighter complexion. Because coming from Europe, it's a cold climate for the most part. So, why would we do that? Number one, and number two, why do we want to change who we are? God made you to be you for a reason, to look like what you do for a reason. So embrace it. And I would say, and I've seen, there's black people that lighten their skin to try to get lighter. So we're all kind of screwed up to where we're trying to change ourselves. You know what? Beauty don't come from a skin tone. It don't. I mean, there's beautiful people that are light and dark skinned. I mean, it just, and beauty is something that's subjective anyway. I mean,
exactly.
But yeah, I mean, people are always trying to change what they look like. I mean, look at what's going on in society. I mean, it's not just changing to get darker or lighter. Look at the plastic surgery people are doing, because they don't like how their nose is shaped, or they don't like because their skin's getting wrinkled because they're getting older, or
exactly.
Or
their butt's too small.
What's that?
Or their butt is too small.
yeah, I mean, we're not embracing who we are, and we're trying
Mm,
to looks like something we're not. And I don't know why people do this, but they do it. They try to alter their bodies, and you can do that. That's up to you. But to me, I'm not going to change a thing. God created me how He did, and there's certain things. I know when I went to my dentist, and my teeth, I got a gap in my teeth, right?
mm,
And I got some crooked teeth. My teeth are in good shape, nothing wrong, but my dentist was like, "Hey, I could straighten out your teeth. I could take out that gap you have. I can, make it look better." But my thing is like, no, that's me. I don't want to change that. Um, maybe when I get older and if my teeth fall out, yeah, I'll get it fixed. But um, I just think we don't need to change who we are. Be yourself, embrace yourself. I mean, you could do all the plastic surgery and all that stuff in the world. It ain't going to make you beautiful. In fact, if you've seen people that have got done it, a lot of times it kind of messes them up.
of course it
Actually, they're
does.
more attractive when they were doing it. So, sorry, my wife was stepping out, so
That's all
she
right.
was waving to me. Yeah, but and that goes, just embrace who you are, love who you are. God made you the way you are,
Mm,
and you know what? And some people might say, "Hey, you got this thing wrong with you. Look at your nose. Look at and what I tell them, well, God made me that way. If somebody thinks I'm ugly, okay, so be it. It's God's will. God's will on how I look is how God made me.
exactly.
So why am I going to change it? It's His choice. It's not mine.
Mm.
You just you work with what you got and be happy. Sorry, I kind of get off in a tangent sometimes on
That's all
certain
right.
things.
That's
Uh,
what that's what I love about this. That's what I love about this show.
yeah, but I mean, but yeah, embrace yourself, and because who somebody might think you might not like how you look, but there's someone that might. There's someone that will. There's somebody that will love you
Exactly.
who you are.
Mm.
Oh, hey, Loren. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you. Um, but just be who you are. And so Mark, so your first wife was from West Africa?
Yeah, Sierra Leone, West Africa. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Did you meet her down there, or did she come up to?
No, she was actually living in London at the time, and I met her on a dating agency.
Oh, okay.
We, yeah, I contacted her because I put preferences for all kind of women, but she was one of the first ones I got in touch with, and we were talking on the phone for hours, which seemed like only minutes, but when you look at the time when you started to when you finish, it's like 2.5 hours have gone, and it's like when you click with someone, it just feels natural.
Yeah.
And we started dating, and within 3 months, 3 to 4 months, we were engaged, and then got married a year and a half later.
Oh, okay. Well, my situation, my marriage didn't go that way.
Mm,
I met my wife, and 5 months later we were married. Bam.
wow.
And people say, "Hey, that's quick. What are you doing?" I remember
Mm,
people telling me, "Why are you jumping in so quick?"
mm,
And I'm like, "Why not? I mean, I love this woman. I want her to be
mm.
my wife." And people look back and say, "Man, you jumped into it and you're still lasting." While the rest of us, our marriages are crap. Hey, I mean, I chose wisely. It might have been quick choice, but it was a wise choice. Um,
Things that bring it's when you meet the one, it's her. Don't care how
yeah,
long you've been together. Whether it's a day or 100 years you've been together, once you got the one, then you marry her.
yeah, I'm gonna put this up there. Yeah, I wanted to lock it down. Oh, where'd it go? Yeah, I wanted to lock it down. I locked it down. I didn't let her get away. I was the first white guy. You ain't getting
Mm,
away. You're stuck with me. Yeah, but I mean, but 5 months. I mean, we dated for 5 months. I don't know if it's really quick. I mean, we clicked and it worked, and we wanted the same things out of life, and we both wanted to be married and have a family, and you know, we pretty much came from the same. Well, we are from the same town,
Oh,
and you know, an amazing thing is our families clicked too. It like came together. It's like when we got married, it was almost like our families came together.
mm,
Um, and like, you know, after we got married, I mean, both our parents were hanging out with each other more than we would see our own parents. I mean, it was like,
wow.
you know, so our marriage actually created some friendships too. So that was a neat thing.
Mm.
Yeah. But oh, J10 says our parents were African, but she's born in the United States. Oh, okay. Nice. So you speak some languages, different languages. Um, but so you met her in you had agency and stuff, and
Yeah, yeah. Obviously nowadays we've got online dating, but when I was obviously about 25, 30 years ago when I first met her, it was like a column in a newspaper which you fill out and then you send off, and then you get 6 matches come back. You then choose which one you want, and then you contact them, and then but all the time you're contacting someone, then your name is being circulated to other women for them to contact you. It's not like nowadays where you just go online, swipe left or swipe right, and then contact them. No, you have to wait for the post to come through, or telephone calls if you had their number and things like that.
oh wow, that that seems like a long wait process.
Yeah, yeah,
I wonder if some people got tired of waiting. And says, you know what, I haven't got the mail in yet. You know what, I might just go to the store and talk to a woman and see how that works.
exactly. Yeah.
I,
The only,
I,
the only reason, go on. The only reason
what's
why I
that?
joined a dating agency, the only reason why I joined a dating agency is because I wasn't very confident as a child, and I felt the
Uh,
only way I could meet someone uh, was through an agency. But obviously, over the years, my confidence has grown to become the person I am now.
oh, okay. Yeah, I never did the dating thing. Or
Mm,
the dating thing. Well, I dated. I'm not going to say
mm,
I meant the dating agency. Um,
mm,
but like you said, you had to mail it off, um, and back then when before I got married, I mean, people they did have dating agencies, but I never even tried it. It was never a thing.
mm. I
Um,
think it was a I think there was a stigma around them as well. It was for
yeah,
sad people.
yeah. I mean, I never looked at people down for doing it. I
Mm,
just never
mm,
did it. I mean, in today's world, I mean, with all that's going on, and
mm,
sometimes that's your only option. And
mm,
you know, but you know, some people give me horror stories about it, and some people say they found their true love through it. So
mm.
I guess it just depends on who you come across and who you meet. Just like, you know, I guess you know, you go into a store and talk to a woman you think's attractive, and
Mm.
you know that can end up turning into a relationship, or you know, it could be disastrous depending on the person uh, you get with. I mean, and that's where vetting comes in. You know,
Exactly.
you got to always vet that person. Um, you know, I always say black women are the best choice, and I believe that, and that's been my preference. But
Mm.
you know, you still got to vet because there's good and bad in all.
Culture,
You
culture
know,
is.
but real men will know in 90 days or less if they want them. I think that's true. Um, you know, and I think if you really love that woman, you really want her to be your wife. I don't think it's going to take years to figure it out. I don't think it's going depend on how you guys click after years and years.
Mm.
And I've seen people be together 8 years and have kid. I know this. This woman I work with has been with her boyfriend or whatever 10 years, got kids, never got married. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
I mean, that's their life. I mean, they can do what they want, but I'm just thinking, and not to put them down, I'm just thinking, wow, if you can have kids together,
yeah,
if you're living together, if why not just get married? I don't know.
exactly.
It's bizarre, but people are doing that. I mean, it's this common law thing where they just live together.
Mm.
Um, but what are they? Yeah. What are they doing? Indeed, yeah, seriously. But you know what? That's not uncommon, guys. People living together, having kids together. That's not. In fact, that's like the norm. People that actually get married and do it traditionally are the people out of the norm. I don't know.
Yes, I think
It's
marriage. I
weird.
think marriage is declining, aren't
It is. It is. Marriage right now is um, decreasing across the board. It
they?
is because it's back in the day. It was a stigma. It was looked down on if you had kids out of marriage. It did. Um, and people were shamed for it. You know, if you study history, but now so many people are doing it. It's a norm.
Mm.
I mean, there are people that think it's wrong. I don't think you should have kids without being married. But you know, and the reason I say it is because that's what God wants from us. But not only that, look at how kids turn out society. And they've done studies where kids that have both parents end up doing better than ki- children that come from single parents. And it's not that they're better; it's just that they got more resources, they have more support, they got the balance of the man and woman, they got the mother and father, so they grow up happier usually and more resources. Um,
More
it's more
stability,
stable.
more stability as well, isn't there?
Yeah, and what happens is they get more opportunity in life with that
Mm.
stability. So guess what? They get a big head start, and if you where the other kids are at a disadvantage right from the get go.
Mm.
And not to say, there are exceptions to the rules. I know some people that came from single mothers that do very well. That won't stop you, but it puts you at a disadvantage.
Mm.
But yeah, in society, marriage is going down, and it's sad to see. And that's another reason I say open up your options. And I would say to men, look towards black women. I mean, black women they're like the hidden treasure that's amongst us that got all these awesome qualities that we overlook.
Totally agree. Yeah,
And
totally agree.
and I think it's because of society and generalizations and stereotypes that we're walking around these women in our communities that are a true blessing, that have
Mm.
good character, that are doing awesome things. Um. Oh wait, somebody's asking a question. I'm sorry. Yep, it's a. Okay, Mark, are you asking a question? Oh, okay. I think she was asking if you have a Mark. We are asking you a question. Okay, where's the question? I'm sorry, I missed that question. Uh, can you put the question back up there? I'm sorry. I think somebody had a question. Sorry, I got to talking and I missed it. AJ10, what were you guys asking Mark? She's been introducing. Yeah, I missed it. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Hey, you guys, I'm gonna put the link up here. If you want to come up and ask it, you can. If you could put the question back up there, I'm sorry, I totally missed it. Yeah, so I'll put that up there. What does Mark want in a wife, spiritually and physically and emotional? Okay, there's the question. All right,
Wow.
Mark, I'll highlight it if you want to answer that, sir.
What do I want in a wife? Someone, obviously, I'm a Christian myself, so someone of the same faith. Physically, looks do not matter to me. It's what's actually inside that counts. And emotionally, I love black women because they're so strong. They know what they want in a man. And I think all three together makes the absolute perfect woman.
Okay, awesome. And I think there's another one. Okay, Mark, what experience scared you but made you a better person?
That's a good question. I think facing the racism head on, seeing it from my ex wife's point of view, what she's gone through in the past, and obviously that time which I was mentioned to Brent earlier about at work threatening to, if we had children, they'd burn it. It's not a nice thing to go through, but it made me a better person to realise that I've got a lovely black woman and I'll do anything to protect her.
Awesome. All right. Okay, this one's for me. Uh-oh. Okay. Please, question from Brent. Oh, no, she's saying if you have a question, please use caps that they may see easily. Okay. I thought it was a question for me. All right. Okay. Oh, Organic Black, thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Uh, yeah, that was nice. All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Organic Black. Thank you for the super sticker. Okay. You guys have any more questions? I'll answer questions too, if you want. You guys see me all the time, though. Uh, okay, I think we already answered that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, just guys, if you would, yeah, put them in caps because that way I'll catch it. Because, like I said, I got a one-track mind, and I get to talking, and my tunnel vision goes that way instead of straight ahead. I got one-track tunnel vision. Oh, yeah. But hey, Mark, what would you say it's like? Well, I don't know. How can I compare this? Um, Dating in the UK with black
Yeah.
women.
Mm.
Well, what's that like over there? I mean, is it? Uh, I know it's you're allowed to do it. Is it
Yeah.
accepted for the most part?
I
Um,
believe it is. I believe it is, but it is on the rise. But obviously, the most interracial couple we have over here are black men and white women. But there are more and more black women and white men getting together and dating and getting married. Uh, because it is, as you said, Brent, like the black men are leaving the black women to join with the white women. So why can't the black women have the best of both worlds and come and join the white men?
oh, okay. So it's kind of like the same over here.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
yeah. I mean, most interracial people dating and marriage when it comes to black and white is usually black men and white women.
mm.
And it's been that way for years. But the numbers are shifting. It's starting to balance out a little bit.
Mm.
And the numbers are increasing. And those of us investors are coming forward, investing in the black woman,
Mm.
and we're reaping the rewards. And you know
Yeah,
what? Black women are the best choice. And as a white man, I've always wanted to be with a black woman. I've always competed for black women because they're the best choice. I honestly believe that, and I've lived that belief, and I've benefited it
mm.
from it. So I think in the future we're going to see more and more black women opening their options to not just white men, but Asian, Hispanic,
Yeah.
different men. You're going to see more of that, and I think black women are starting to see that other men find them beautiful and want to be with them, and more of them are like that than they even know.
Mm.
Um, like I said, I would never date or marry anything but a black woman.
Yeah.
That that
It's like,
that's
yes. Go on.
yeah, that's how I feel, and that's all I'm going to do. And I think
Mm.
Mark, you're in the same boat. That's our
Definitely.
preference.
Mm.
And
But it's like when I've got single friends of mine, I always encourage them to come and try black women, because they will find that black women are so much better, so more beautiful, and I believe that they're the best.
yeah, oh, Mark, J10 has a question for you, sir. She says, uh, Mark, how do you personally show interest in a black woman?
Wow. Obviously, in the initial meeting, smile, just be friendly, and get to know the black woman for who she is. Don't just force your people's like stereotypical attitudes towards black women. Listen to her, listen to what she has to say, and just get to know her that way. And you'll find that you'll that you'll find that you both have so many interests the same, that you'll just get on like a house on fire.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, yeah, that's a good question, because a lot of times black women will say, "Well, we don't know if the man's interested in us. We don't
Mm,
know
mm,
uh, if he's staring at us because he's kind of weird, or if he really
mm,
thinks we're beautiful, or if he's
mm,
just fantasizing."
mm,
Um, some people, and a lot of people ask me that question: How do we show interest? And that is a good question, because
mm.
what would you
Yeah,
look
very good.
for?
Mm.
Yeah, I mean,
I think a smile.
for
I think the initial smile goes a long way.
oh yeah, smiles can make a difference, and just I seen this video, and this was a black guy that said this. He said, "White
Mm,
men, if you're interested in black women, sometimes just saying hello goes a long ways."
yeah.
And I don't know who this guy was. I was just randomly going through YouTube, and it makes sense, just getting out there and approaching, you know, coming into your approach when and as an investor, you got to make your approach, because your preference that you have, she's going to be unsure of you
Mm,
because she don't know you. She might not even know men in your culture. She might not know what to expect, because for a lot of people it's new, it's something different,
mm,
and you got to get out of your comfort zone. So when you make your approach, it's always important to show us as men. You got to show the ladies that you're interested.
definitely.
Okay, I've told ladies, hey, you got to drop that handkerchief and show. Yeah, but us as men, we need to let them know.
Mm,
You can walk up to her and tell her, hey, I noticed you. I noticed you're beautiful, and I would like to get to know you. Just saying hello. An approach, and I say go be respectfully aggressive. I
mm,
always say that. What I mean by that is get up your nerve, walk up to her, and talk to her.
mm.
Okay,
And be
and
genuine as well.
yeah, yeah, be genuine, be yourself, and be respectful. You can tell her she looks beautiful.
Mm,
You can tell her, you could tell her that her hair looks nice, and she looks real. I wouldn't tell her that she's got a banging body or nothing dumb like that, or talk about parts of her body. I know
mm,
I've seen men approach women like that. I'm like, what are you doing?
mm.
You know. But if you approach and tell her, yeah, you can tell her she's beautiful. She's got a beautiful smile. Your eyes are
Yeah.
beautiful. You
Mm,
just be respectful, but make your approach. And ladies, men, especially of a different race, are going to approach you when they feel most comfortable.
Yeah.
They're going to approach you when you got that positive attitude. They're going to approach you when you're easy to talk to. I mean, keep that in mind. The thing of it is men, especially interracially dating, they are interested in you, but they're reluctant because they don't know what to expect either. So, and with that stigma and that stereotype that black women are allowed, that people say, some guys believe that because they don't know black women. They don't know what you're like. They don't know your special qualities. They don't know what you go through. They don't know, uh, they don't know you like that. So, uh, if you carry a positive attitude and if you're easy to talk to, usually that's what men gravitate to anyway. And I will say this, that black women, you guys dress nice, and a professional black woman is very
Nice.
attractive. Wouldn't you say so,
Yeah,
Mark? I mean,
definitely.
that was always a big turn on to me. And she didn't have to be a knockout. She could be
No.
average looking, but how she carried herself, how she dressed, the confidence. I mean, I fell in love with that. I think there's a question here. Let's see here. Don't mention the 90-day rule. Yeah, Jet, we're not going to do that. Yeah, most definitely don't throw the 90-day rule in there. Um, and if you're making jokes about Steve Harvey's 90-day rule, make sure you know her first because she might think that's what you're talking about. Okay, let me see. Thelma's got a question here. Mark, where exactly are you from in the UK?
I actually live in a place called Sidcup in Kent, which is, I say, about just outside of London.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's just outside of London, right?
Just outside of London, yeah.
I'm not even. I'm sorry. I was just joking. I've never been over there. I need to go though.
Yeah. Come over, be good to see you.
Yeah, yeah. If I ever come over to the UK, Mark, maybe in a year or so, I'll look you up if I go over there.
Definitely, definitely.
I, are you close to Liverpool?
No, where
Oh
I am
no.
in London, we're about 4 or 5 hours drive from Liverpool.
Oh, okay. All right. I know we were talking about soccer one day, and you said you like
Yeah,
Liverpool, the team.
yeah. I've got the
Oh, nice. All right.
yeah,
Hey, we're both wearing jerseys.
yeah.
I'm wearing a hockey jersey. This is the Arizona Coyotes. They're a
Nice.
NHL hockey team.
Mm. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is Liverpool's away kit from last season that I'm wearing. They normally
Okay.
change
Now
it different. Yeah, they normally change the colours every year. Sometimes it's yellow, sometimes it's cream, sometimes it's blue, sometimes black as well. So, but their
oh,
home kit
okay.
is always red.
Okay. Yeah, I seen them with the red ones.
Mm.
Okay. There's a question from Charlotte Willis. My question is only why only white older men compliment or seem to be interested in young black women, but not younger white men. Okay, you want to answer that? I don't know how to even answer that one. Um,
I think older white men know the quality of a black one for a start, and that is why they seem interested in not just younger black women, but black women of their own age as well, because they know, as you said, Brent, the divestment they put into the black women and into the relationships. It just seems like older white men like us need to start educating the younger white men to date women of color.
okay. Um, um, I don't know. When it comes to men dating younger women, um, I don't think that's a racial thing that white men just decide to date younger black women. I think that's a thing that some older white men go after younger, or any older men go
Yeah,
after younger women. Sometimes
yeah. I think it's
men
an
they
ego
want to.
boost. It's an ego boost, isn't it? At times.
yeah, it's an ego thing, or they want to see if they still got it with the younger ladies.
Mm,
To me, I will never. If I didn't have my wife, I wouldn't date a younger woman. I wouldn't.
yeah,
I don't want nothing to do with a younger woman. I want her to be within my age, because I don't want her wiping my butt when I can barely walk and she's only 50. I mean,
yeah,
I don't want to be 80 when she's 50 or
exactly.
90. I mean, I want to spend my life with my wife. I want to experience stuff with her.
Yeah,
You
grow
know,
old together.
yeah, I don't want no one younger than me. I don't. And I
Mm,
don't want no woman way older than me either. I want to be in the same but
mm,
that's it. I think that is ego, like Mark said, an ego issue.
mm,
Um it could be a lust thing too, or I don't know. I think men sometimes have a problem with facing reality, facing the fact that you're not like you were when you were a young man.
mm,
Um, and sometimes psychologically messes with them, so they'll get with a younger woman. And sometimes younger women will go with that older man because he's got money, resources, or she thinks that might benefit. That's my thing on that. But
mm.
I compliment black women. I've been complimenting black women since forever. I mean, but usually older men you'll hear it more because they're more mature. Um, and it don't mean that the young guys aren't interested in you. It just I guess when you're younger, it's harder to just come out and say what you really feel. But when you get older, you're mature. I could say black women are the most beautiful women on earth, and I believe it. But there's a lot of 20-year-olds that believe exactly like I do, but they're afraid to come out and say it for whatever reason. And a lot of men won't just come out and say it. But I don't know if that's a thing that with white men date younger black women. I haven't studied that. I don't know. All I know is interracial marriages are on the increase. Um, okay, what was this? Older women want more. Uh, some men don't want to do. Yeah, I think that Jet. I think that's a good comment, and I think it makes sense. Older women do know what they want because they're not here to play games. And maybe some older men don't want to deal with that. They don't want to provide what a older, mature woman wants. And women that I talk to that are more mature, they know what they want. They want to get married. They want a man that provides. They want stability.
Yeah,
Whereas a younger woman, you know, might not be looking at those things quite yet as much. And younger men ain't thinking that either. And maybe that's why older men compliment more because they understand they're more mature. They
of course,
understand
of
the
course.
true beauty. Where younger men, when we're younger, we're not, the wisdom comes with age, right? So when we're younger, we're, we're just thinking, gosh, she's beautiful. She's
Mm,
fine. I want to get with her. We're not
yeah,
thinking like, oh, she's beautiful. She would make a good wife. I love her personality. I love what she's doing. You're not really going to hear that from younger guys. I mean, you should. It
mm,
would be great if we could be mature like that, but a lot of times younger guys ain't like, and even middle-aged guys aren't mature enough. I mean, okay, wait, what's that? When we say younger, we mean around 30. Okay. Okay. I- Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, okay. So that makes sense. But even so, a lot of men in their 30s, ain't mature like that. And I don't know why they should be, right? But okay, that's what you. Yeah, and we're probably thinking. When I'm thinking young, a lot of times I think 20-year olds. Uh, but 30's still young too.
mm.
Um, 50 is still young because that's where I'm at. So we're going to say
So
that's
yeah,
young.
yeah, but you're only as young as you feel.
Yeah, there you go. Well, don't say that because some days I, I feel like crap. So so I guess I go from 30 to 90 within a day.
Wow.
Sometimes I get off work, I'm sore, hurting. I just want to go to bed. So
Mm.
yeah, I would say, yeah, if I'm old as I feel, then man, I'm in my 90s sometimes. Yeah, man, I think you go to a lot. Yeah, yeah, that's right, Jed. If you go to different events, you'll meet different people. Lots of, and that's where networking comes in, guys. I've always talked about networking, right? Um, and a lot of times we'll hear networking when it comes to employment, when it comes to a job, when it comes to a
Mm.
career. We'll think, okay, we got to network, we got to put ourselves out there. What skills do we have? What friends do we have that knows where the job openings are, and they might know some people that can help us get our foot in the door. That's what networking is so important. I have my job because of networking. One soldier I had in the army, you know, when I retired out, he got me my job. He made some calls, made some things happen. And I've done it for soldiers coming out. Um, us as soldiers, we kind of look out for each other like that. Um, and it's networking. Of course, you got to qualify. I don't just throw people jobs, and I didn't get
Mm.
thrown one. But you not just do that. You let them know where the jobs are happening, where to look, and how to apply or whatever. Well, same thing with dating relationships. You get your circle of friends, right? And that's where it should start. Everybody knows somebody. And when you want to know a certain group of men, certain group of women, what do? You get around friends, they know other friends, you get to know people, and when you become friends before you get in the relationship, you earn that trust, you develop bonds. um and it's networking. But anyway, okay. So network. All right, I'm looking for some other questions. um hey, so Mark, in the UK, I got a question.
Yeah.
Do they talk about swirling and divestment and all that stuff over there, like you hear over here?
No. Swirling
No.
over here. Swirling over here isn't the word that's used. I don't believe anyway.
Oh, okay. That's just maybe an American thing.
Yeah.
But divestment, do they talk about that, or is that just a YouTube thing?
That's a YouTube thing, I think.
Oh, okay. So they just call it interracial
Yeah.
relationships.
Yeah. More. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Um, how do British black women think about interracial dating? Are a lot of them doing it, or is it just some do, some don't? Or
I think as a younger generation, I think more and more are getting into interracial relationships, whereas the older generation, like from my parents' side, there's hardly any. But I think now times are changing, and obviously more cultures are coming together. That people are now experiencing different races, and now coming. You are finding more and more interracial couples are happening.
oh, okay. So that's kind of like here. I mean, I think it's like a global thing. I think
Yeah.
the younger generation are saying, heck with this separating ourselves. Hey, I I
Yeah.
I think she's awesome or he's
Yeah.
awesome. I'm going over here. I want to be with him or
Mm.
her. And we're starting now to look at what's the best option for me instead of, hey, I got to stay with my own group here.
Mm.
You know, I I
Yeah.
I think that's globally. I know. I've had people talk to me from Africa, and this one lady was saying in Africa that that interracial marriages are popping up over there. That it's increasing over there also. Um, oh, okay. J10 says you look nice with the shaved face, Mark.
Thank you. I thought I'd make an effort to come on the show today and have a shave.
Okay, here's. Oh, whoa, where's that one? All right. I'm 35, black and British. A lot of us are starting to date interracially. Lots of discussions on Clubhouse, and black women discuss it amongst themselves. Okay, so this woman's British, 35, and they're dating out more. Okay, I think that's across the board. Um, it's happening quite a bit more over here, opposed to when I first got married.
Yeah.
You know, well, first got married, my only marriage, but when I got married, yeah, it's a lot more acceptable. A lot more people are doing it. Me and my wife are amazed. Through the years, we're like, wow, we're not the only ones anymore.
No. Yeah, no.
It's
like
happening.
I'm the same as you. It's like whenever we go out, it's see if you spot the other mixed race couple. When you see one, it's like, yeah, another one. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, me and my wife went out to dinner, right? And we're at this place, and this elderly couple walks in, right? And they're sitting at the table like next to us, and I mean, they had to be in their 70s. I mean, they both had a cane and they were walking slow, and it was a white man and a black woman, and they were holding hands. So
wow.
I don't think it was just a friendship thing. And they sit next to us, and it was funny because they walked by and just smiled and said, "Hey, how are you doing?" And we talked a little bit, and I was like, "Wow." I wanted to ask them so many questions. I wanted to ask them how long they were married and all this stuff, but I didn't want to get all I didn't want to offend nobody.
Yeah.
But we there's little small talk and stuff, and then we waved to each other and went on our way. But I was just like, wow, elderly couples. I mean, we don't know if this couple, are widowers that got remarried later on in life, or were they like the Lovings back in 1967? I don't know. Maybe they're one of the original interracial couples that really
one of the main trailblazers.
Yeah, the real trailblazers. We're the.
We're just hanging on their coattails, aren't we?
Yeah, I don't know if we're trailblazers or we just keep increasing it. As generations come behind us, we're doing it more and more. We're expanding it. We're and it started opening up in the 80s and 90s, and then now it's really blown open. I mean, the millennials are they're doing it, and it does get easier through generations because,
of course it does.
Our parents were like, I don't know if you should do that, but their parents were like, oh, heck no, you're not doing this.
Yeah.
And then before, bad things are going to happen to you if you do this. So I mean, it's increased. It's
didn't they say that? Didn't they say that about rock and roll music? Though it will corrupt people.
Yeah. Yeah, they did. I find it, and we're talking, I don't know, was it Jet the other night? And on the panel, one of the people on the panel was Monita. I don't know, but one of them said that I guess their mom or something. I know that's something different. But somebody told me that that they were told that in the future people will interracially marry, that it'll increase big time. and there's going to be black women marrying, more white men and stuff. And my mother-in-law said her mother told her that was going to happen in the future, and it is happening, and it's increasing. And I think we get, another 10 or 20 years, that one out of every six newlyweds, I think it's going to be half or even more. You know. Oh, what are we talking about? Obama. I don't think he's black. Oh, we got some sidebar conversations. Oh, that's fine. Hey guys, what do you think? I have this. Me and my wife talked about this. Okay, this is just some fun thought. Okay, um, when Obama was running for president, and even when we won, people always said that, if Obama, because Obama back in his early days dated white women. Well, his mom was white and his dad's black, but uh, I've heard people say that if he had a white wife, he wouldn't be president. Um, what do you guys think? Do you think if Barack Obama had a white wife, do you think he would have got elected? I honestly don't think he would have. I mean, I could be wrong. What do you think? Now, thinking about that, and we don't know. I mean, that's just a question. What if a white guy ran for president that had a black wife? Do you think that would help him or hurt him?
I think it hurt him, especially with the attitude at the moment that's going on. Uh, but then it might go in favour of him.
I honestly think I think it would help him. I think if a white man ran for president that had a black wife, of course he's got to appeal to the people, but I think it would be a positive more than a negative. I really do, and maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I think right now interracial dating and marriages, more people are doing it. It's becoming more trendy. Black men would have an attitude. I I think there would be black men that wouldn't like it, but black women I think would like it. I think white people would just embrace it because uh white people don't want us to be seen as racist, so I think they would go with it. Uh I don't know. That's just my opinion. I just thought about that. I mean, what maybe one day we'll find out how that works. Who knows?
But getting back to the question previous to this one, it said, what do you think has caused the explosion of black women and white men couples?
We're the what do I think the explosion causing it? I
What's
I
caused it, do you think?
I think what's causing it. This is my opinion. I think number one, um, I think it's becoming more acceptable. Uh, and Jet says she don't think there's an explosion. I don't know if it's an explosion either, but I think what's causing it to happen more often is that us as white men, a lot of us have always been attracted to black women all through history. I don't, um, but we weren't allowed to date them or marry them, and when we had relations, it had to be secretive. So I think just the fact that it's allowed is increasing, and I think that we're finding out, certain things about each other. Us as white men, we're finding out about black women that stereotype of them being loud and crazy really ain't black women. It's just a media stereotype. We're seeing through that garbage. Um, so I think that's increasing it, and I just think black women are doing amazing things, and I think we're looking over from the outside and seeing them in corporate America. I think we're seeing them doing great things, and when we get to and the thing with black women, you got to understand, a lot of us white men, when we get to know you, a lot of us fall in love because we see the real beauty. We see how you are. And most, and I would say, I'll go on a limb and say this, that most white men that are in a serious relationship with a black woman will marry her.
Totally agree.
You know, I really believe that. A lot of us don't approach you because we don't know how or we don't know what to expect. It's that comfort zone thing. But those of us that do, we fall in love with you. I mean, it's fact. And our marriages last. And it's because black women have an awesome qualities about them. And us white men, we get to know you and our eyes are open and we're in love. I mean, and we don't want to lose that. Unless the black.
Yeah, I also think it's because where black men have dated white women for years and years and years. Now it's the turn of the black women to date interracially as well.
Yeah, and yeah, that adds to it because the women are saying, okay, the men have done it forever. Why can't we do that? I mean, why can't we find love in the other thing, other group? And you know, it's interesting. It's like when it comes to black women or black men and white women, it's like they can date each other a lot easier. They just go for it.
Yeah.
Where us, on the other hand, white men and black women, we're cautious. And I think that's why our relationships last longer because we're more cautious. We don't just jump in. We kind of feel our way through before we go to that step. And I think that so many people give us such a rough time about it that when we actually get to the point to where we're in the relationship, we're already all in. We're already vetted. We already know what we want. We already know what to expect. I mean, I'm catching a sidebar. I mean, white men marry darker black women. Um, you know what? I think that's true. I think
To the
white men
west.
do marry darker black women. I mean, for me, I never thought of black women as being light or dark complected or any. I really never looked at it that way. I just thought black women are black women, and and a lot of white men are like that. They don't even notice uh the shades. But I think I've seen a lot of white men with dark black women.
Yeah.
So, ladies, that should tell you if you're dark skinned, and I mean, men love that. Um, you know, I don't know, you know, but colorism through the years, people have been taught certain things. But I think that's true. I think white men kind of actually embrace women that are dark. I don't know. Or it could be that we really don't care if you're dark or light. Like that's where I'm at. We just love you because you're black women. You're awesome. I think so too. Black men think of complexion. If white man marries, he goes all out. Yeah,
Yeah.
and we do. You know what? And that's why people say, "Why did you marry your wife so fast?" Well, because I wanted to. I wanted her to be my wife. I went all in, and I never looked back. But I mean, if a man really loves you, he's not going to wait forever to marry you. Eh, you know, and if you get to, you get to that year mark and he still don't know, he probably not. I would say he's not going to marry you. I mean, it don't take forever to figure it out. If you love somebody and you want her to be your wife, you know it. I mean, there's only so much time you can vent. And then I look back at that 5 months. I knew my wife. That's really not moving in too quickly. I don't think. I think that's about right. But some people thought I jumped in way too fast. Well, a lot of those people that thought that, my marriage is still going strong, and they've been divorced a few times. Men will also choose. They will also chase if they want you. Yes. If a man wants you, you'll know it. He's going to come for you. He's going. Here's the thing, guys. When I was dating my wife, I couldn't stay away. I was working 3 jobs, always
Yeah.
busy, but I had time for my wife. I and if I didn't have time, I made time.
Oh.
Yeah. But
It's like
anyway,
you want to be. It's like you want to be around them all the time, don't you?
yeah, you always want to be around because you love that person.
Mm.
Go preach. Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting in my preaching mode. Uh my my wife's cousin, he's a preacher, and he tells me, "Hey, you need to go. You need to preach. You need to preach." He keeps telling me, "Hey, wait, when are you going to start?" I'm just like, I don't know about that. Actually, my brother preaches, but I just get winded, and I just, but yeah, but so Mark, have you lived in the UK all your life, or have you been over to the States, or?
No, I was born in the UK. I've never been to the States at all.
Oh, okay,
It's something I like to do though.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, if you ever come my way, let me know.
Yeah, I will do. I will do.
Yeah, I live in the southwest part of the United States. We're I'm in New Mexico. We're in between Colorado, up north. Down south is Mexico. To the west is
Okay. Mm.
Arizona. The east is Texas, Oklahoma. Right in there. Yeah, but so have you? So Mark, have you dated it exclusively black women?
No, no.
No.
When I very first met, no, I started off with white women, but something happened when I moved in with one girl that she got high on drugs one night and tried to accuse me of raping her. And it turned out that while I was at work at night, she was sleeping with her best friend,
Oh man.
who was actually a bloke. So obviously, her way, her get out clause was she left me a note in the morning. 'Cause I work nights. She left me a note in the morning saying you can have me. So obviously, I went to the bedroom and made love to her, and then obviously woke up the afternoon and have a dinner. And as I was having my dinner, she put a carving knife to my throat, accusing me of raping her.
Oh no.
Yeah, but what she
Oh
forgot,
wow.
what she forgot, I kept the note.
Wow.
Yeah, so
So
obviously I ended,
so
I ended the relationship there and then.
hmm. Wow. So it sounds like you were being set up.
Yeah,
Ah, wow. Wow. You know what? I had a situation, well, I wasn't involved in this when I was in the army.
uh,
And these soldiers one night, this was in the barracks, right? And I'm not going to say where it was cuz
uh,
if there's any legality about it, but here's what happened. These 3 soldiers were partying in a room, and these 2 women, came up in the room, and it was 2 women, 3 guys, and it they ended up, drinking, and I guess all 5 of them had sexual relations, um and nobody knew about it. And like a couple days later, um one of the women said that she was ard that they was sexually assaulted. And there was a big investigation. And one of the well, actually there was four, but one guy left, right? And this was one of my soldiers. And the other 3 were charged for sexual assault.
uh,
And come to find out, she came back, days later, and says no, that she was willing, But what happened is her husband found out, and so to cover up for it, she was trying to say she was forced into it. Um,
Wow.
the soldier I had, he said they were drinking. He said he didn't feel right, so he left. And thank God he did, because these guys still got in horrible trouble. It was bad stuff, and I was like, you know what, you made the right decision. You don't want to be involved in that stuff. Uh, but people do stuff like that. They'll come back later, and I don't know. But she was trying to protect, because she was married. She didn't want her husband to
Yeah,
know what she was
of
doing.
course.
And but you're playing with people's lives, if and these guys paid the price for it. I mean, really, they shouldn't have been doing it, but I mean, a consensual thing like that, and then you come back to cover. I don't know, but that's here or there. But that just reminded me of that situation.
Mm.
Yeah, I was just reading the comment. Hope that didn't put mark of. Yeah, any woman could. That's right, Jet. Any women could do that. You're right. I mean, people do that. I mean, I don't know why you want to set somebody up like that, but I mean, it happens all the time, Mark. I've, you know, I that situation that happened. Um, that was sad, but I don't know. People are evil like that. Uh, but anyway, so let me see. So it was mostly white, or it was one white woman, then black women after that,
Yeah,
for the most
yeah.
part.
Because obviously, growing up, I wasn't confident. I wasn't confident around women at all. Maybe because of my upbringing, that I felt I was like put down as a child. So my self confidence was shot to pieces. But over the years, my confidence has grown and grown and grown to where I am now. So, but say I always used to think of myself as an ugly duckling.
Oh, okay, awesome. Oh, J10 has a question. Do you find black women to be more nurturing?
Definitely.
Yeah, that was without hesitation.
Mm,
Yes, black women are more nurturing. Black women, I found that they are more nurturing. They're more caring. Actually,
yeah.
black women I found will sacrifice for you.
Mm,
Um, I on my, when I was live earlier, I was saying how I saved some money for my wife to let her go shopping, and she spent a lot of it on me and wanted to give it back, and it's just bizarre. But my wife sacrifices for me, and she don't have to. Does that make sense? Like,
yeah.
she'll go above and beyond,
Mm,
even though she don't need to. And it's like she's trying to lift me up, even though you don't have to. We're
mm.
okay.
I
It's
think
like,
also, sorry, but what I find as well is that black women like to nurture their white men as well.
yeah, they
No,
do.
so not nurture, they like to help them improve as well.
Yeah, and that's a good quality. I love it. I think it's
Mm,
awesome. Um, women ain't required to do all that. Black women
mm,
do well more
mm.
than they have to. They do. They exceed what they're you know need to do as women, and I've noticed that. I see it. I've seen it in my wife. I see it in other people.
Mm.
What's Okay, here's another question. All right, for Mark, let's see. Mark, what is a personal trait you wish you had more of, and why? Okay, I guess
Uh,
that's
Yeah, that's a difficult one. At times, as one person I would like to have more of is more confidence, because there's times, not just in my previous dating life, but also in life in general. As I said, I used to be a shrinking violet. I used to think that I was nothing, but as my self confidence has gone to the roof compared to what I used to be. But I know I can improve on that, and that is what I would like more of.
No, nice. You know, Mark, I think we all go through that.
Yeah.
You know, I've dealt with times I had low self-esteem and thinking I wasn't worthy, or um, you know, but you work through it, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
Um, you know, and a lot of times confidence is everything. And
Mm.
you know, when you can build it up, you can be more successful just on confidence. And 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 being confident don't mean that you're prideful and think you're better than anybody. No, that just
No.
means you
No.
feel good in what you're doing. You feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
There's another question. When? Oh, I guess Jet's asking, when did you get over over your insecurity?
That was when I met my ex-wife. She helped me to. She knew the sort of person I could be, and she helped me to deal with my insecurity and also my self-confidence. And she gave me these self-help books to read. And it might sound funny. One of the books I read, which really helped me, was A Woman in Your Own Right. Yes, I know I'm a man, but I use that book but turn it around into a male perspective. So, like, if you had four different emotions, like the manipulator, the warrior, and I can't remember what the other two were, I took bits out of each one to improve myself. Is that, you see what I mean?
Okay, nice. Okay, Mark, did a woman Mark, would a woman's job income matter when dating her?
No,
Would it matter? No.
no,
Okay,
no.
that's awesome. Um,
I'd see her.
you
I'd
know,
see her for who she. I'd see her for who she is, not for what she can bring to the table.
okay. There you go, ladies. um, yeah, and I believe as men we shouldn't be looking at women what they can bring.
Mm.
I think we should the things that women do need to bring, and I'm going to tell you guys what women need to bring to the table. There are three things, and you guys probably already know this, right? Number one, bring their love, loyalty, and just be your beautiful self. That's it.
Exactly.
That's the
Mm.
requirement. That's what you bring to the table. Love, loyalty, and just be yourself. Question for Bray. Okay, please use caps. Okay. Did we miss some that didn't use caps? Yeah, please use caps, guys, because I'll probably overlook it if it ain't caps. Would you support your wife 100%? I think I know the answer to that. Mark, would
Yes,
you sir? Yes.
definitely. The thing
Okay.
is, there's no point being married if you're not going to be. If you're not going to support her 100%.
Okay. Oh, the questions are coming now. Mark, do you believe in a soulmate?
Yes, I think
Why?
yes, I do. And because once you're in love with someone, your two hearts are joined together, and then you are there for each other all the time. And I think once you're also, I think also spiritually as well, spiritually and your hearts joined together, and that makes a complete soulmate, I believe.
Okay, awesome. All right. And Jet, what? Okay, Jet, you're going, you're in quote. Okay, yeah, use that quote, Jet. Hey, you tell that man you're on a date with, hey, listen, you need to come. This is what you need to bring to the table as a man. You need to provide, protect, and take care of me, right? And what I'll bring to the table If you're doing what you're supposed to as a man, is I will give you my love, loyalty, and respect. Or love, loyalty, and just be my beautiful self. You tell him that. And if you don't
Yeah.
accept that, kick him to the curb.
And then
And,
he'll have to answer to, and then he answers to both of us.
yeah. So if you don't, kick him to the curb and laugh at him while you're doing that. Humiliate him as you go on your way out. All right, Sophia, are white men wary of black women who are raised by a single mother? You, I, I want to take this one, and I'll let you answer too, Mark, if you want. I would say no. Honestly, if I'm in love with a woman, I don't care if she came from a single mother. Um, the thing of it is I just want to know what she wants in life, and does she want to be married and have that traditional family? If the answer is yes, uh, I'm not real weary about that. Um, if she don't know if she wants to get married, then I probably wouldn't. Yeah. But that wouldn't really bother me so much. Is she a woman of faith? Because here's the deal: you can't help whether you come from a single mom or a single parent. That's not your choice. So I wouldn't hold that on the woman. I wouldn't let that be an issue. I would find out what she wants in life, and you know, but I don't know. What do you think, Mark? How would you be
No, Brent,
weary?
I totally agree with you. It wouldn't put me off a black woman who's raised by a single mother. I know it'll make the black woman an independent woman, which will be absolutely fabulous. But no, it would not put me off at one iota.
Yeah, and like I said, I you can't really put that on somebody. Um, you know, if they're raised in a single, they can't help where they're raised.
No, exactly.
You're born where you're born. I mean, so now you really can't put that on them. But there are some men that would be leery of that, I guess. Okay, single vortex. Let's see, Mark. What is the best life lesson you learned? Okay.
I think it's to fall in love with the right woman. Obviously, at the time, that was my ex-wife, and just being there for her and just experiencing true love.
Okay. All right. Okay, I see some more caps. I'm catching the caps. Okay, a lot of boys slash men are particularly married to their mothers. It makes dating marriage hard. Okay, yeah, about that. Okay, and I think this becomes a problem in society a lot of times because I believe this to be true. I think a lot of times single mothers will get attached to their sons if there's not a man in the house because naturally a woman I think desires a man to be there just for the protection, providing for her, just showing her love, just being there for her, a shoulder she could cry on, someone that loves her, to feel protected. I think women just naturally need that. And I think a lot of times they cling to their sons because that's the man in the house. And sometimes they treat their sons almost like their husbands. Um, and I don't think it's that they plan it that way. I just think it's just a reaction of what's missing in life.
And Brenda, put the boot on the other foot, like with Jet saying about a lot of boys and men who are practically tied to their mum's apron strings, makes dating hard. Yes, I think it does because they're looking for a woman who can replace their mum, have the same quality as their mother. If they don't find them, then they're not going to get married or keep dating.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, and that don't necessarily have to be single mothers. I'm just saying where I think it happens the
Mm,
most.
mm,
Some boys might be so attached to their mom, it's like they're
mm.
married to them in a way. Uh, you know, um, but yeah, it would be hard to date. But here's the thing: a lot of times, us when we grow up, we kind of look for our parents in marriage in a way. Um, because I've heard that boys will marry women that are like their mothers, or
Mm,
men are, boys will marry women like their mothers, and the daughters will marry men like their fathers. And I think, both my daughters, well, my oldest daughter is married to, a man that's in the military like me. I mean, he's in the Air Force, but
mm,
uh, she kind of went with someone like me. And then my youngest daughter's, you know, dating a Marine. So I mean, you know, they kind of go that way, you might say sometimes. Here's another one. Let's see. Oh, this is for both of us, Mark. Okay. What is with the influx of feminine men out here lately? Black women don't like that. Okay. Do you want to answer this first, or you want me to?
I think something to do with that is like the rise of what are called non-binary people that either identify as not men and not women. And I think it's become more acceptable for men to show their feminine side, but obviously they take it to the extreme, and that they become more feminine than what a real man should be.
Okay. Um, I don't know. I think in society we're trying to change the old traditional ways where men and women have our roles, and I think and I think it's a problem because us as men, we have to be men, and
Mm,
women need to be women. I mean, and not one is better than the other by no means. We're
mm,
both important, but the thing of it is I think some reason society's trying to change the old traditional ways. Um,
mm,
and maybe certain movements are wanting
mm,
women to do what men do, or vice versa. You're seeing men do feminine things. And I think that's problematic because, naturally, I believe men we're supposed to protect, provide, and work hard. And I believe as men, when we're doing that, we feel good about ourselves. We
mm,
actually feel like a man. And women, they want to be protected. They want the
yeah.
man to be there for them.
Mm,
And I've heard women say that, that seeing their husband work, I've heard women say this, that
mm,
some women have told me it actually is a turn on. It actually
mm,
makes them feel good because
mm,
they're doing a manly thing. They're working hard for
mm,
them, for the
mm,
family, and they embrace it.
mm,
But we got some cases where women are doing the work while the man's sitting on the couch, or living at home while the woman's the breadwinner.
mm.
I don't think that's right. I think the man should provide. Now, if a woman wants to have her career too, that's fine, but the man's got to be the primary one, and the man's supposed to be the leader. And and if it's not that way, it gets imbalanced. And a lot of times we have men that are looking for women to take care of them, and that's where that femininity comes in, and we don't need to be that way.
Mm.
And
Going slightly off track, a question to J10 actually. How does she feel about men breaking down and crying in front of her?
where? Oh, from J10, where is it?
No, this is what question I'm asking for J10. Obviously, she's saying about the influx of
Oh,
feminine men. Is my question was, how would she feel
oh,
about a man showing her his emotions and actually breaking down in tears in front of her?
oh. Okay, Jet, what do you think about that? Mark's asking, what do you think about a man breaking down and crying in front of you, showing his emotions? I I'll give my take. I think it's attractive to show
Mm,
Okay, she says she thinks it's attractive to show
mm,
vulnerability,
yeah.
and here's the thing, guys. Uh, I don't think showing emotions is a feminine thing. I think we're all emotional, right? We all have emotions. And someone having emotions, it could be that. Like I'll give an example. When I see when I went to my daughter's graduation, when she got her master's degree, and I was emotional. I mean, I had a tear coming down. I was so happy. Um, and the reason is because I love my daughter. I think she's awesome. And for her to do something like that and make such a awesome accomplishment, I get a little emotional. And there's nothing wrong with that. Um, you read the Bible, Jesus was emotional at times. Um, if you look at the Bible, um, our God is an emotional God. We're all emotional, okay? And there's nothing wrong with displaying some emotion. Nothing at all. That's just showing that you have a heart, you care.
Mm.
Uh, and that's
No, the reason for my question, Brent, is obviously because men are supposed to be like macho and things like that. But I think with men breaking down in tears, it's actually a strength that they have.
yeah. Now I think so too, because it's showing that, hey, and sometimes they'll break down in tears because they're showing emotion because they're happy. Um, Sometimes maybe they have sorrow. Maybe they're showing, hey, I messed up.
Mm.
Uh, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Um, I've done that. I get emotional sometimes, and sometimes God opens up your heart, and
Mm.
you have compassion. But we're all emotional. Um, Women are a bit more emotional than men. They are. They're just wired like that. But we're all emotional at times. I mean, we're human. We feel happy. We feel sad. We feel uh, whatever. I mean, just
Yeah, but I think
emotions.
there's some men that struggle to show it, and I think it's why the anger comes out, and they take it out on not just the women, but they take it out on other people.
Yeah, yeah. They hold it in.
Mm.
Sometimes trying to be the tough guy and not show any emotion. Sometimes you hold it in, and some
Mm.
men explode and just
Exactly.
lose it. Yeah, that I think is a good point. Uh, it still makes it hard to compete with his mom. Yeah, and it will. Men have to. You know what? A man has to put you above his mom. If he can't do
Mm.
that, you're going to have problems. I mean, mom needs to go when he's a man. That's it. You love your mom, but your wife comes first, or mom
But
will be in pain.
yeah, yeah. Going back to the previous question though, that was on there, is would I date a single mum? Yes, I would. There's no question.
Oh, what was that? I want to
It's
answer one, but go ahead.
Yeah. There's a question that came up just now. It was in light of a previous question. It said, would I consider dating a single mum? And the answer is yes, I would.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're pretty good on this, Mark. I'm missing it. Oh, there it is. Sorry. Okay, yeah, he would date a single mom. You know what? Um, to me, I don't think there's a problem with dating single mothers. I mean, as long as you can love the child she
Mm.
has like
Yeah.
your own, I think that's the only thing that should be an issue. It,
Yeah.
you know,
Because they come as a complete package. You don't love the woman and not the child. You do the pair or not at all.
yeah, it's a package deal. I mean,
Mm.
it is. Okay. All right. Somebody asked me, where was that question? All right. Oh, wait. Here's another one. Oh wait, I missed it. Okay, Jet asked me, "Was Sandy like your mom?" Okay, no, no, she wasn't, and I'm going to tell you why. Not not only is Sandy black and my mom's white, okay, but she was nothing. She's nothing like my mom. In fact, and this is kind of weird. Sandy's kind of like my dad. I know that sounds kind of weird, but my dad is, he's how can I say this? He's organized. Okay, he does things. He has things put together in a certain place. He does this. He's got like a routine. My wife is just like that. Um, my dad was yelling at me about the toothpaste, rolling it up, getting every ounce out of that toothpaste tube. Guess what? My wife would yell at me for that. So there's, and maybe that's why my dad, uh, gave his blessing with open arms. But no, I'm kind of a weird case. My wife's like my dad, actually. No, she's not like my mom. And let me tell you, my situation and the reason why is my parents were teenagers when I was born. Okay. My dad was 19. My mom was 17. My dad married my mom because of me. Okay. And that marriage didn't last, you know, when I was two, it ended in a divorce. Number one, they weren't ready to be married. They were too young. Um, my dad raised me. You know, I, I had a stepmom that came in when I was 3 years old, and she's like my mom too. Um, I guess Sandy would be like my stepmom in a way, but more like my dad. Um, I don't know. I mean, I spent more time with my dad than my mom, but I love my mom. My mom was great. I mean, nothing wrong with my mom. It just I wanted to live with my dad, and my mom let it happen. So that's and my dad took care of me. But no, she wouldn't like my mom, and you know, but that's the reason why. Um, all right, here's one for Mark. Mark, if you and your wife, your future wife, created something together, what do you think it would be?
Uh, I'm into like this. That sounds silly. I'm into like home renovations. So just have a nice portfolio of homes that we rent out or we sell. Just gives a nice big nest egg to for us to retire on or pass to our children.
Okay. Oh wait, I guess this is for me. So is your son dating a Sandy? What? Oh, so you're asking is my son dating a woman like my wife, like his mom? Uh, my son, he dates all kind. I don't know. Um, I don't know. My I think my son's having fun doing this thing. I hope he dates. I hope he gets with someone like my wife. That's got structure. Someone that will love him. Um, my son's just I don't know. He's being a young man. He's just I don't think he has a preference in women. I just think he likes them all. Um, but I talk to him about this all the time, and hopefully he chooses right. He knows the right path, and us as boys and young men, we're knuckleheads. My dad taught me the right way of doing things, but I drifted off. I think my son's kind of in a drift a little bit. I'm just praying that he marries a good wife. But uh, but he probably will. He'll probably, you know, because my wife and son are close. Well, we're all close as a family. So we pay. Okay, Thelma has something. Pay attention to how a man treats his mother, then you'll know how he's going to treat you. I think that's there's truth there.
Mm,
And my
totally
son
agree.
loves, he treats, he my son, he's a loving young man. He really is. And it scares me because he's got a big heart. I just think I just hope he don't get with a woman that takes advantage of him, because he will, he'll go the distance, I think. I mean, he treats my wife, he always treats my wife nice. He always does things for his mom. Um, his sisters, he's always, buying them gifts. My son's awesome, but I'm afraid his heart's he's got a big heart, and I just hope he finds the right woman to take care of him. Um, will it be like Sandy? I think so. I hope so. I pray so. Okay, lots of gay men. What is that? I don't know what. That must be a sidebar conversation. I think lots of men are lazy. Oh, okay. Uh, Jet, there are also on the down low. Okay, I don't. I think they're on a sidebar conversation. Hey, if you guys are on a sidebar, don't capitalize it, because I'm thinking that's a question you have for Mark or myself. Men want to be admired, respected. That requires them to be masculine. Okay, yeah, I can agree with that. Uh, I like men who have control over themselves and can self regulate. Crying is no problem. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if someone gets emotional every now and then, that's fine. I mean, if they go around crying every day, then they probably need therapy. But if they get emotion here and now, hey, that's cool. Uh, okay, everybody hurts. We are all born with emotions. So true, Thelma. And have everyone right to show vulnerability. Yeah, exactly. Um, I don't want to a woman though. Okay, I'm getting into something. All right. Okay. I know a man who is always breaking down and coming apart. Is yeah. I mean, yeah, and you could see it. You could see people with emotions and some people that just lose it. I get that. All right. Chris Watts probably exploded, like you said. Okay. You're kidding. All right. Do I have any more questions? Got a lot of comments. Mark. Okay, wait. I think there's one for you, Mark. Mark, what dating advice will you give to the women? The dating field is a tragedy out here. Okay, Mark, you got to save the day. Give him some good advice.
Cheers, Brent. Uh, I think just being yourself. I would also say go into any relationship with open eyes. Don't take the person at face value. As Brent said, vet them first as well, because you might be going. He might be the most perfect person on the outside from the outset, and 3 months down the line, he's cheating with you behind your back. It's just do your research and don't fall. I say don't fall in love quickly. It's hard to say at times because if you think you've got the right person, then you are going to fall in love. But just be guarded of your emotions as well. But all I say is when you are dating, just go out and enjoy yourself.
All right. All right. Okay, I think I got one from J10. Mark, would a woman being a virgin scare you?
No,
Yeah, that's Yeah, and it shouldn't. I mean, people are supposed to be virgins till they get married. They're supposed to.
Exactly.
That's we don't do it, but we're
Mm.
supposed to. Okay, I guess this is for both of us. Hey guys, it's getting kind of late, and Mark's over. I think it's early morning where you're at, isn't it?
It's
Probably the sun's coming up.
it's actually hang on, so look, 5:20 in the morning.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're probably going to have to. We've been up for over 2 hours, so let's wrap up the questions. I might have to shut down here, but I think this one's for us, both
Yeah,
of us, Mark.
I'll let you go first, Brent.
Okay, I'll go first on this one. What is the wisest thing anyone ever told you? Hmm. The wisest thing someone ever told me. That's tough because I've had a lot of wise things been
Mm.
told to me, and a lot of times I refer back to my father because my father, um, he always gave me advice, and he always, um, and he always gave me words of wisdom, and sometimes he would force them down me, but I thank God for it. Um, there's so many things. I mean, uh, I think when my dad once gave me advice when I got married, when I was going to get married, is to pray about it and ask God for help. And he was telling me to vet before I did. Did I start doing that? No, I was young and dumb, but I think the most wisest thing my father ever did is says when you're in a bind, depend on God, trust in God, seek God's help. I think that's the most wisest thing anybody could say. Rely on God because us as humans, we need God's help to get us through. And any I always say this that your success belongs to God, but your failure belongs to you. And I believe that. Okay, and then you want I'm sorry.
Yeah, no,
I
I
answered
think
it with
I think the wisest thing I've been told. Obviously, my parents weren't Christians, so obviously they never went to church. But I think the wisest thing that my parents told me is whatever you do, give it your best shot. If you fail, just get up, brush yourself off, and carry on, and you'll get the end. You'll get the goal in the end.
mm, awesome. Yeah, that's pretty wise. Jet, you s- you said your daughter's married someone like you. Yeah, I mean, military guys, they are kind of like me. It's kind of weird. I mean, well, it's not really weird. That's a lot of times, and they say that daughters marry someone like their fathers, and sons marry women like their mothers. I think it's more so with daughters. I think in like my culture, um, I think we're protective of our daughters. We're really, um, and I think just in my culture, I've been raised that we were always taught to protect women. To we gotta if we want to have a good wife, we gotta work hard. We gotta provide. We gotta and we kind of pamper our daughters. We kind of treat them like our little princesses, and we're very protective.
Mm.
And I think women, girls, and even when they turn into young ladies, they still want that security, and they feel comfortable with someone like their father. I think that has a lot to do with that. Um, yeah, and then she said that's why I asked about your son and Sandy. Yeah, they're close. I think eventually he'll probably end up with someone like my wife. I Because my son's real kind. He's really, but my wife and my son don't have that relationship where he'll put his mom before his wife. No, it ain't like that. In fact, my wife will if she feels comfortable, she'll kick him in the butt and say, "Go take care of your business." I just um. But anyway, okay. All right. Here's one. Hi, Mark. Have you lost friends because of your relationship to black women?
Yeah, I have.
You have.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, they were not true friends. Because if they were, then they'd accept me and my relationship with whoever it was, whether it was black woman, white woman, or Asian and things like that.
Yeah, and that's true. If they were friends and you lost, they were never your friends because if they
Mm,
can't accept you because you're with a black woman, that's not a
mm.
friend. That's those were fakers there. All right, all right. Here's one from Corey, our buddy Corey. All right, Mark. How do you respond to negative people in public?
What, you mean like being in a mixed interracial couple? Obviously when we're out, we get stared at. I just look back and pull my partner close to me and just give her a kiss in front of them, and that really does annoy them.
you know, you know what? That's awesome because I would do that. There was this lady my wife worked with, and she was a real Karen. She was like, she didn't like the fact that my wife was married to me, and it was funny because she would always ask my wife, "Well, how do your parents take it? How do you get through it and all this stuff?" And she didn't like it, and so when I go see my wife, I would show emotions to my wife like you wouldn't believe. I'd have to hug her. I have to give her a kiss. I would have to hold her hand. And I do those things around my
Mm,
wife. Um, I do hug my wife all the time, but there I just had to make it. I had to show because I knew it just drove her crazy.
mm,
In fact, she was caught saying stuff about me and my wife, how it was wrong and all this stuff. But hey, okay, you don't like it, I'm going to show you more of it. But, you know, people are stupid.
mm.
But yeah, that's a good way. Just show them, hey, this is my wife. You don't like it, oh well. I'm happy. You go ahead and be sad and
Exactly,
over there.
exactly.
You skip my I did, I'm sorry. Sophia, I skipped Sophia's question. And scroll up. Okay, I'm trying to find your question, Sophia. Sorry I skipped it. Gosh. I'm not trying to skip nobody's questions. I'm not. I'm really not. I'm sorry if I missed it. Uh I'm looking for Sophia's question. She said I skipped it. Uh okay, I have to scroll up. I'm looking for it, Sophia. Uh Question for me and Mark. If you want, you can scroll up. Okay, I'm scrolling up. Sophia had a question for us, Mark. I'm just scrolling up looking for a question. Uh, I don't see it. Okay, I'm sorry I missed it, Sophia. Can you? Let's see. Hey, Sophia, can you put it in again? I'm sorry. There's so many comments in the chat. I can't find it. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Sophia, can you retype the question? I'm sorry. I just I don't want to skip your questions. Um, do you guys prefer to work? Oh, okay. Well, we'll go with this. Hey, Sophia, just type in your question again. I'm sorry. I don't want. I just typed it again. Okay. Uh. Okay. I don't know why I'm missing it. I went back to you. Skipped my question. Uh. I don't see it. I'm sorry. I I don't. I've been going up and down the chat. You just typed it again. It's not there. Okay, maybe we'll come across. I'll keep looking. Uh, Careless Dreams. Do you guys prefer to work instead of the wives? I might answer that. I prefer to work instead of my wife. Yeah, I want to be the breadwinner. Um, I think I feel more of a man if I'm doing the work. I'm a traditional guy. I want to work instead of my wife. Mark, what do you think? Um,
I'm an old-fashioned guy like yourself, Brent. I prefer to work, and for my wife not to work. But obviously, because of the rent or the mortgage, we both have to work. So to bring in the finances to keep the place.
okay. So yeah, we prefer our wives. We prefer to works instead of our wives. Scroll up a few comments. Okay, Sophia, I'm looking for it. I really am. I don't see it. Do you see it, Mark? Sophia had a question I
Yeah,
missed, and I'm trying to find
yeah,
it. I don't.
yeah. I don't actually have YouTube up at the moment. I was on through StreamYard, so
Oh, it's not showing in your end. Okay.
no.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't see it. She's saying scroll up, and I've been up and down. Uh, okay. Humbly, humbly dove. Okay, this is to both of us. How do you guys know your wife was the one? Okay.
I I think uh, I think you get such a connection with your wife that when you met the right person, it's like you're finishing each other's conversations, you laugh at the silliest things, and you just build that relationship and the connection, and you will then know you found the right person.
Awesome. Uh, the the thing I knew my wife was right is just how she treated me. It just I just felt so comfortable around my wife. It just felt like I always wanted to be around her, and she was always there for me too. It just felt right. It felt like I tell people this all the time. It's like she was my wife before she was my wife. Um, she just it just clicked. How can I say it? I mean,
Yeah, it's like
I
I
I
felt
would
like sorry, Brent, I felt like with my ex-wife that although we've been together about a couple of months, we felt like we've been together all our lives.
yeah, I felt like we were a family before we were. I
Mm,
mean, it was
mm.
I just knew. I mean, I'd have dreams about my wife all the time. It was like I don't know, I just embraced her and it was just I don't know. I just wanted to be with her always.
Mm, mm.
I'm still that way. What was the most romantic thing you've done for a woman? You want to
I
answer that, or
actually,
you?
yeah, I actually wrote 2 poetry books for my current partner,
No, okay.
and
Uh,
with the books, I put dedication into both the books for her.
no, okay. I think the most romantic thing I did for my wife is writing her letters, and I skipped 2 questions. How am I skip? I Something's wrong. I don't think I skipped questions. Are you guys doing all in caps? Oh, there's that question again. I don't know what's going on. Okay, yeah, I see them now. I think. Uh, I see one of them. Okay, here's one. Hey guys, we're gonna have to wrap this up. I'm gonna have to close this down. But I'll answer what I can for. Okay, and Mark, how do you feel about showing affection publicly? Uh, I
I feel
embrace.
fine with it. Yeah, I
Yeah,
embrace it. I feel fine with it. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, uh, yeah, I do too. Um, yeah, I love my wife, and I always show her affection. I'm okay with in public. Now I don't make out with my wife in front of everybody. I don't do
Mm.
that, but I'll hold her hand or have my arm around her, sure. And then I think that's the one I missed. Is that it? Let's see. What is the most romantic thing you've done for a woman? We answered that.
Uh-huh.
Uh, do you guys prefer to work instead of your wives? Uh, and it might not have been in capital. Maybe that's why I'm missing some. How did you guys know that was the one? We answered that. What is the most romantic thing? They taped it twice. Maybe because I missed it, so they put it in again. That's probably what happened. Uh, you skipped mine. I think I answered that one. Okay, guys, I'm sorry if I missed your questions. I'm not trying to. Um, I just lost track. I think probably skipped a couple, and I think I skipped it when I was going back to look for Sophia's question. I think that's where I skipped it. It wasn't on purpose, and I apologize for it. I do. Um, J10 asked a question about cooking. Uh, okay, there's J10's question. I found hers. If a woman isn't good at cooking or doesn't enjoy it, what if a woman don't like cooking or don't enjoy it?
Yeah, I'll
Uh,
cook myself.
okay, well, you're out the door. You can't cook. See ya. No, just kidding. Don't
Nah.
take me. That was a joke. Um, my wife can cook. She's awesome at cooking. Um, but if she didn't know how to cook, I'd still love her. I still marry her.
Yeah.
You know, that wouldn't be a deal breaker at all. I love the fact my wife can cook. I really do. Um, but if she didn't, I guess I'd have to help out. Uh, but my wife, she knows how to cook. Uh, okay, let me go. All right, I think I got that one. Okay, what if a woman doesn't cook or doesn't want to? I think we answered that. Okay, I here's what I'm going to do real quick, guys. I'll put the link up here, and if I missed a question and you guys want to come up and ask it, I'll give you that opportunity because I don't want to miss a question, but it's kind of hard when I was looking for one. I got out of track and but I'll put the link if you want to come up. You can come up and ask questions too. There's the link up there. Um, but I'm gonna close this pretty soon. But so I'll leave it a few minutes. But I'm sorry, Sophia, I couldn't find yours. And anybody I missed, I'm gonna apologize. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to miss anybody's questions. Um, but okay, I think I got everybody's except Sophia's. I don't know whatever happened to that question. I've been looking for it though. Okay. All right. Here's another one. Okay, I'm gonna give it a few minutes. I don't think nobody's coming on, so I'll answer a few more and then we'll close out for tonight. Okay, this is AJ. Do you all pray together with your wife often? Okay, I'm going to answer that. Me and my wife pray together all the time. Okay, we do. Um, and we think it's good that we do that because, it brings us closer to God. Um, we do it together. We pray alone also too. But yeah, we do pray together. Um, that's my answer to that.
Yeah, so I used to pray with my ex-wife as well, and we also encourage the children to pray with us, so that God could bless the whole family, not just our marriage as well.
Nice. Yeah. Prayer is an important thing. It's me and my wife. We do pray together. Um, yeah. Okay, and then here's thank you, Mark and Brent, for this great show. Thank you, Single Vortex.
Yeah,
I
thank you.
um I'm gonna go ahead and close it. It's getting late. It's almost 11. And Mark's been up all night, guys. And I want to thank Mark and guys. Thank you for showing Mark love. I mean, he stayed up late for this show. I had my prayer meeting earlier, and then I went on with Loren today, and had a good show there. And Mark's been, he's been on. He was on with the show when me and Loren went on, and it's late at night where he's at. I think it's early morning, so he's been up all night, and he did this to come on the show, and I thank you for that, Mark. I appreciate you coming on,
I
and
enjoyed it.
I know the ladies enjoyed it, and then the gentleman on the show also. And Mark, I thank you for your participation, and I enjoyed having you on, sir. And
Same here.
yeah, check out
Yeah,
Mark's book. Oh,
yeah. Before I was talking about the books, before you go, there was one person's question I enjoyed answering the most, and that was one from J10. So what I'm inclined to do is, if she wants to send me her mailing address, I'll send her a copy of both my books for her.
Oh, okay, nice. Okay, yeah, yeah. Check out Mark's books on Amazon. Um, they're really nice. Oh, here comes someone. Okay. Oh, you just dropped off. Okay, you can come back on. I don't know why it dropped off. Okay. Is your contact info on your personal page, Mark?
It's on. If you go to my YouTube page, you go for the business tab, click on there. My emails are.
Okay. Did you want me to put your email on the chat, Mark?
Yeah, you can do. Yeah, that'll be fine.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. All right, guys. Let me see. I gotta pull it up here. I'll put his email on the chat if you want to check out his books and stuff. Um, let's see here. Sorry, I'm going through my phone and stuff. Let me see. Sorry, I'm just going through my email to. Okay, I'm going to put it in the chat here. E. Jen. Okay. Let me know if this is right, Mark. I'll highlight it here. Is that spelled correctly and everything?
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll send you, because obviously I haven't got YouTube up at the moment. I will forward you.
Okay.
Well, I've just sent you.
Okay, yeah, I typed it in. You can't
That's
see it
it.
on the. Okay,
Yeah,
is
it's on
that
there.
right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, I just want to make sure everything's.
Mm.
It's got all the letters and stuff so they can see that. Okay, guys, that's his email right there. So if you want to. And you know what else? If you want me to, Mark, I could put it on my community page.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Okay, I'll do that too, guys. I'll
Mm.
put it on the community page. I'll post it, and if you want to get in contact with Mark and stuff, if you're interested in his books and stuff, yeah. Should. Okay. All right. Okay, so there you guys go. All right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and close this. Mark, I thank you for coming on, sir.
Thanks for having me.
A pleasure.
Yep.
Nice discussion. Um, guys, thank you everyone for coming on. And you know, I'm you know what? I'm going to do a live tomorrow again. I'll think up something. I was going to take the whole week off, but I'm going to do one more before I take my little week vacation. Okay? And anyway, I don't know what I'm even going to talk about yet. I haven't even thought about it, but I want to go live. I'm loving it. But anyway, though, guys, thanks for coming on. Mark, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
thanks for staying up late, coming on. This was a fun show. I enjoyed it, and you know, I'll see you again. And
Yep.
guys, thank you for coming on. Thanks for your questions. I'm sorry if I missed some. Anyway, we had one person try to come in. I'm sorry you didn't get in. I was trying to bring you up, but it dropped. But anyway, guys, thank you. God bless you and your families, and I'll see you soon. Mark, thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
And I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Okay, there he goes. Okay. All right, we did a little question and answer. check out his book. He does some poetry and stuff, and it's really nice. And he sent me some books and stuff, and they're really nice. But check out, you can find them on Amazon and stuff, and you know, um, so I hope you guys enjoyed the conversation tonight, and I'll be going live tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to talk about, but it'll be earlier in the day. It'll probably be probably, gosh, I'm trying to think. It'll be in the evening, but not late at night. Okay. Uh, but thank you guys. God bless you guys. You know, Mark comes on to his channel. He views a lot. Show him some love. He came on and he stayed up late at night and stuff, and you know, and he sent me some books. They were nice, really nice, and real nice guy over from the UK and stuff. And anyway, enjoyed the live tonight. Enjoyed you guys as always. Um, thank you for everything, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. So I'll post it on the community page, and I'll put his email out there if you want to get in touch with him. Um, but thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. And I'll actually talk to you tomorrow. So join me on a live tomorrow. I don't know what it's about, but I'll figure it out. Okay? I just love doing this. All right, guys. Thank you. God bless you, and I'll see you tomorrow.